Eating a noodle salad. I am still eating a noodle salad. That's the first thing we're going to start with, apparently.
I mean, we don't have to start with you eating a noodle salad. I can edit this. I have the ability to edit. You wouldn't think so from watching any of the episodes.
You've
But
chosen to just not edit the entire time.
I mean, when I say edit, I mean cut things off the front or the back. I don't get in the middle. I don't get dirty.
Sometimes it's more fun to just let your words hang in the air.
I mean, hi, I'm Dave Rapp.
Hi, I'm
And
TJ Talley.
there we go.
Yay!
And
And we
we're
are
the Brohawks.
Brohawks.
We watch the Jeopardies and we do the thing. We talk about the things.
It's
And
true.
we have been so far behind lately.
Yes.
So
And
thank you.
in our
Go ahead.
defenses, Dave's had migraines, there's been a funeral, I've had a sinus infection, and it's the end of the semester. And we're just like, what are we doing? So
And it
yeah.
was Mother's Day.
It
Yes.
was
We
Mother's Day. It's true.
they yes. So many things. And I'm not gonna speak for you, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you might be like me and maybe not the most organized person. I mean, you are a
I
professor who has multiple classes, and you seems like you would have to have some organizational skills.
It seems like it. It does seem like you've seen my house. No.
I have seen your house. It
Yeah.
and you've
Nope.
seen my house. My house is much better organized than your house. But here's
That's
the
fair.
thing, and I'm not throwing shade. The only way I can keep on top of things is to have as few things as possible going on. I'm very linear.
Yeah.
I
That's true.
can't be thinking about things that are two or three uh clicks down the link.
And that
Um
is the difference between an engineer and a historian. That is true. Yeah. It says I just sit in a pile of my own filth, being like, but think of the colonies. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's actually
I do still have the ability to like when things are messy, I still am like, oh, I know where everything is. It's just all over the
same.
place. But I like to keep things clean if I can.
Now, every June 1st is the great life reclaiming. So, because what happens is that, like, from about April 15th to June 1st, or May 31st, I lose control of my life because I'm a college
Okay.
professor. And then June 1st, I just dedicate like about a day and a half just to deep cleaning everything. And it's lovely.
Is that
Like,
when
my
the
house is the
t-shirts are
best
running?
in July. Yeah, that's when the t-shirts go in the bag and they get cold. It's true.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I gotta cut always about 10 to 15 t-shirts each year.
There
Yeah.
are some very interesting people out there that have found your cast-offs and
Oh
are
yeah, and they're
living
just they're
living
just
hopefully
living.
their best lives now.
Yeah, and they're just like, I can't believe I found this at this thrift store.
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous. Who would have owned it? And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
or they've just survived a natural disaster and and this is the only thing they have to wear.
oh
Something
God.
like that.
Yeah, it's like at a FEMA event, and now someone is just wearing a really ironic t-shirt.
Yeah.
Fair. I'll take that from them.
I mean, it's better than the losing Super Bowl t-shirts that get shipped to third world countries.
So mean. So mean. What if they actually like the Chiefs? Yeah.
Oh, wow, we got to a
Right.
strange place pretty quickly. We're way ahead of schedule.
We look at us, and who says we're not organized?
We do. Well, that's literally what we just said. Um,
No, it's true.
Before we begin, how are you feeling? TJ has a sinus infection, has gone to get
Yes.
antibiotics now, has finally given in to
Finally given in.
the industrial pharmaceutical machine.
That's
Um,
right. That's right.
Big
Work
Pharma
drugs. Work.
has its hooks in you.
That's
Um,
fine. Fine by me. Hook away. Um, yeah, no, it was funny. I went to the doctor today, went to urgent care, and he was like, "Oh, how long have you had the sinus infection?" I was like, 9 days. And he was like, "Yeah, no, that tracks." And I was like, "It's been a week." And it was getting much better. And he's like, and then it got suddenly worse, like about a day or two ago. And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, it's when it transitions from viral to bacterial. I was like, I'm just gonna do some tests. And I was like, the regular test. But he like starts by touching my forehead. And I was like, no, that's fine. And then he immediately presses here. And I was like, don't do that ever again. Please,
oh boy,
please,
oh boy.
no touch here. And I was
I mean,
like, hmm. He's like,
I'm
yeah.
having sympathetic pains for you, having had very many sinus infections.
I haven't had one probably since Barack Obama was president. Um, Thanks, Obama. I really, it's been a long time. So I was like, oh man, I'd forgotten how unpleasant this is. And I have to remind myself that it's not like is not world ending. It's a pretty common thing. I learned that um between what is it, between 4 and 10% of Americans get it every year. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I'm not that fancy. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
like being left-handed, and yet people give us
it's
shit all the time.
it's true. It's true. There was, I can't remember. I was hanging out with you and some other people. And I was the only right-hander, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh,
I was like, is this what it's like when I'm in a group of a bunch of when there's like only one straight person in the room or only one white person in the room? It's so crazy. But I remember there was sometime we were hanging out, and it was like you, me, and like a few other people were left-handed. And I was like, Jesus. Okay,
yeah,
well, you're
yeah,
all
it might
welcome.
be. In case I haven't mentioned this on the show before, this is a very weird fact about my life that I love to
You're
share.
Italian.
No, that is a fact. That's not a weird fact. That's an amazing fact. Uh, no, both of my parents are right-handed, and all four of their kids are left-handed.
Oh, was something in the water?
I mean, I don't know, but
That's
yeah,
wild.
all
I
four of
didn't.
us. Yeah,
That's
the
wow.
the odds are astronomical.
Yeah,
So
I did.
there you
Huh.
go.
Were your grandparents left-handed? This is a
I
weird
th
thought. I just
I honestly I think both of my grandfathers were, and they had it beat out of them by the nuns. Like
oh
not like
shit.
not even a joke.
No, no, no. I picked up what you were putting down. I
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But I used my right hand to do it. But yes, yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So that's a
Yeah,
fun weird thing.
that's wild. I just yeah, good to know.
I do a lot of things right-handed. I throw right-handed. Like things that were taught to me, I do right-handed. But anything that I come to without predisposition, like when I started shooting pool, I just did it left-handed. All the eating, obviously writing, but eating, shaving, anything that I was just figured out is left-handed. But
That's
I,
wild.
yeah,
That's very sinister of you.
it is very sinister of me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I've always thought of myself as a bit adroit, but yes, that's fair. I see.
Uh,
I love learning new absurd
I'm gonna
things
call
about
you
you.
Dexter from now on.
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
As a
love that we're
bisexual.
making super nerdy left-handed and right-handed jokes.
Oh no, that's right. When I was like, you're sinister and I'm a droid, I was like, why are we like this? This is
Hopefully,
so
I mean, hopefully we have the audience for this kind of stuff.
I that
Because
we
if
must.
if it's not playing with people who like Jeopardy, then our Ben Sinister and Ben Dexter jokes are not gonna play anywhere.
I mean, this is literally all we could hope for. I
Yeah.
will also tell you that my mom found when you froze with the light reflecting over your glasses, she was like, you have to tell Dave that I actually laughed out loud watching it. And I was like, well, I'm glad that we bring somewhat joy because we're nonsense.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's good to know because I try not to look at my side of the screen at all when I'm
It's
doing
fair.
this, so I don't know what I look like.
It's fair. Well,
Uh,
thank you for staring at my beauteous visage the entire time then.
I,
Thank you.
I stare into the camera like a goddamn professional.
That is the only time that I have ever described you that way. That's true.
Oh my
It's fair.
goodness. So where are we now? We are not into the semifinals yet, but we're close,
We're so
right?
close. We're so close.
Uh, I don't know. I
Let's
can't.
see.
We're
Our
in the middle. We're on episode 10, I believe.
yes,
And
that feels right. That feels right.
I,
Yes, we are episode 10.
all right, well, let's find out who is playing in that episode. I would like to find that out and
You
watch it with
can.
you.
You could you
Why are you
is
laughing?
that what we're gonna do?
Welcome
Yeah.
back to Jeopardy Masters.
I would
Here
like to
are
find
our
that out
next
and watch it with
champions.
you.
I was doing
So,
controls at the
Ontario,
same
Canada,
time.
Mattea Roach.
I love Mattea so much.
California, Amy Schneider.
Good job, Amy.
And from Vancouver, Washington, Yogesh Raut.
Genuine smile upon Yogesh's august face.
Yogesh, Amy, and Mattea have assembled on our stage together for the very first time. Yogesh probably knows that winning this game once again tie him with Victoria at the top of the standings.
I don't know why that just occurred to
Especially
me
Mattea hoping
loudly.
to earn some match points in this game to build up their stats for a spot in the semis. Good luck, champions. Here are your categories in the Jeopardy round.
It's so weird that like we're just not good enough for this.
I mean,
French lit.
You know, we've
We're
compared it
having an
to
body experience.
major leagues
followed
and
by,
baseball
what
so
month is
much.
it?
We got to the
And
major
some
leagues.
three-word phrases.
We never got
And
to
finally,
the World Series.
I'm Chris Pratt.
And this is
with
like the Hall of
clues
Fame.
about my career.
Yogesh, start us off.
Middle
Can
name.
I not watch Chris Pratt talk about himself?
Charles Lindbergh, a name fit for a Roman emperor. Yogesh.
What is Augustus?
Yes.
Middle name 800.
Oh.
Of inventor Samuel Morse. One of the two.
It's B. What's the B? Samuel B. Morse.
Samuel F.B. Morse for Finley Breese. Back to you, Yogesh.
Reese?
Middle name, please, for 600.
Of author Eric Remarque and Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Mattea.
What's
Carl.
Maria?
Yes.
French lit 1,000?
After
Oh, that
running
makes
off
sense.
with Paul Verlaine in 1872, he had some illuminations, those being a group of prose poems. Yogesh?
Who was Rambo?
Correct.
Rambo.
And this is the
Pain in
point in
your
this show where I
pectineus
realize
muscle,
I'm
which
not
flexes the
in the
thigh
right
at the
mode.
hip, is a sign of this anatomically
gonna get
named
anything
sports
right.
strain. That's a groin
Groin?
pull. Back to you, Yogesh.
Yeah.
What month is it?
You know
We
about
didn't
that.
promise only the Western calendar. It begins the Islamic year. What is Muharram? Yogesh?
Three-word phrases.
I'm a bad religion major. I'm
1944
sorry.
hit song popularized this title, meaning to emphasize the good stuff. Yogesh?
What is accentuate the positive?
That's the song.
There we
French
go.
lit 800.
All three of them were really into
In a
it.
chateau? Sounds lovely, but not for the Abbé Faria, imprisoned, as you know, in this chateau since the year 1811.
Chateau d'If.
What's the Chateau d'If?
From Count of Monte Cristo, yes.
French lit 6.
Subtitled The Imposter, this comedy by Moliere has the title scoundrel
Tartuffe?
making Orgon's life miserable.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, look at
That's
me.
right.
What's
Month
happening right now?
A set of early
I got two
1500s
French questions
tapestries
in
in
a
the
row.
Milan castle has one for each month. The old man represents Saturn, whose Alia was in this month. Amy.
December.
What is December?
December.
Correct.
Yeah. Saturnalia.
Body
Look
experience.
at you.
Answer.
I don't know what's happening.
Daily double.
You have to get this daily double right now, just to justify your entire existence.
You can
Sure.
take it over here.
I would like to do that, so I will bet it all.
All right. You also have to be correct. So here's your clue in having an in-of-body experience. Alphabetically, the brain's main lobes are frontal, occipital,
Temporal.
parietal, and this one, responsible for hearing and memory.
What is temporal?
The temporal lobe is right. You did both
Look at
parts,
me.
and now you have
I'm
a
You're
roll.
killing
The
it.
plan was to get it right. That was the idea.
It all worked out.
Yeah. Three-word phrase is 800.
I love this dress on her.
From Mercury
Yeah.
Control in 1962, pilot John Glenn is reporting this. He is giving routine reports, reading off his instruments.
Wait, what's the subject?
He's
Darn it.
reporting all systems go. That's the
Okay.
phrase. Amy?
Phrase is 6.
Oh, okay.
Riders on the
Three-word
London
phrases. See,
Underground
I
are
needed
familiar
that.
with this equivalent of...
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
Amy?
What is
Yeah.
mind the gap?
Yes.
Month 6.
On a cool day in this month, Jackie Robinson broke the Major League Baseball color line. His wife got a hot dog
May?
vendor to warm Jackie Jr.'s formula. Yogesh?
When
No,
is
no.
March?
Sorry, no. Mattea?
What's April?
It was April.
In of body 6.
If someone says you're getting long in the tooth, they're probably looking at these 8 front teeth. Amy?
Sorry.
What are incisors?
Yes.
I'm Chris Pratt, 400.
No, you're not, but he is.
I don't.
My character,
That's
Andy
a category
Dwyer,
I
was
don't
only
even
supposed
wanna
to be
say.
in a few episodes of this sitcom. But the lovable goofball was so enjoyable that he became a series regular.
Parks and Rec.
Yogesh?
Is Parks and Recreation.
That's
I don't
correct.
like Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, 1000.
That is
That's easy.
very clear.
In
Your
The
body language is
Magnificent
doing
Seven,
wonders.
I joined a cast with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, who returned to work with this man, who directed them both in Training Day.
Yogesh?
Who was Fuqua.
Correct for 1,000.
Chris Pratt, 800.
Here's Chris again.
I worked hard to lose 60 pounds to play Peter Quill, also known by this name in
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Galaxy. The toughest part, brace yourselves, I quit drinking beer.
Amy?
What is Star-Lord?
Star-Lord is right.
Chris Pratt, 6.
In Moneyball, Brad Pitt bets on statistics like on-base percentage, and a big test case is playing my real-life character, the journeyman major leaguer Scott Hatteberg, on this team.
Mattea.
Who are the Oakland A's?
Correct. You beat
Aha.
me to the Oakland clue.
Chris Pratt, 2.
One more time, Chris Pratt.
Technically,
Chris
I
Pratt.
could show up in pajamas when I do voice work for characters like Super Mario, Emmett Brakowski, and this lasagna-loving feline created by
Garfield?
Jim Davis.
Why is he
Garfield now?
every
Amy,
goddamn
He's
character?
Garfield.
There are
Famous lasagna-loving
actual
feline.
voice
3-word
actors.
phrase is
I
200.
don't even know who's in second.
Don't like
If you
Chris
don't win,
Pratt.
perhaps you'll at least go out in one of these luminous conclusions. Amy?
What's a blaze of
Ball
glory?
of glory.
Oh.
3-word
Blaze of
400.
glory. We both said ball of glory.
Dead and Buried.
I said
This
Ball of
three-word
Flames.
phrase was the title of the
Oh, fair enough. I've been
1981
called
hit by
worse.
Simple Minds. Amy?
What is alive and kicking?
You got it.
Month 200.
A growing trend started in 2011 when a British woman named Emily Robinson stopped drinking for this
January.
month. Mattea?
What's
Yeah.
January?
Dry January, you're correct.
Month 4.
Winston Churchill and
Not-
his
not a
cabinet are
fan of
seen
Dry
celebrating
January.
victory in this month.
You're not.
Yogesh?
When is May?
It is May
You shut your
1945.
face.
It's going to be May. Middle name 400.
Yogesh did get it. It's
President
going to be
James
May.
Bond.
So there's that.
Yogesh?
What is Knox?
K. Knox.
Middle name
Ah,
two.
he said it. Yeah. I was like James K. Knox. I got it.
Jimmy Durante and Robert Kennedy. Amy?
Fitzgerald.
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 Sorry, no.
Oh, wait.
Yogesh?
What is Francis?
Robert.
Francis.
An RFK for Francis, yes.
French
Oh,
live 400.
Yeah,
Sorry.
same man.
The
No.
narrator of this children's book believes the title royal is from out of town. Asteroid B612,
The
to be
Little
precise.
The Little Prince.
Yogesh?
What is a little prince?
Correct.
Le Petit
inner body
Prince.
scan 400.
A growth hormone secreting adenoma in this gland on the brain's underside is the most common cause
Pituitary?
of gigantism.
It
Amy?
has to be.
What's the pituitary?
That's correct.
In of body 200.
This lymphatic system organ is on the left side of the abdominal cavity under the diaphragm. And I'll vent mine if you don't know it.
Spleen.
Spleen.
What's the spleen?
Yes, vent my spleen.
My favorite
Sounds like
organ.
maybe
Fun
my
old timey phrase. Yeah.
A crowd lets
Right.
this Parisian character hear it, calling him the one-eyed, the bandy-legged. Amy?
It was Quasimodo.
Yes, they're very hard on Quasimodo. That takes you to 6,600, and you're in the lead
Boo.
as we head into Double Jeopardy.
Boo.
You'll select first when
Boo,
we
French
return.
crowd.
Boo this man.
Oh, boy. Well, that round went better than I thought, actually.
And worse for me.
Taylor is back with us from Toronto. Mattea, if I remember correctly, at the time we first met you on Jeopardy, you were living with a roommate. Does winning all that Jeopardy money change your living situation?
So I had these big money player ideas that after I won, you know, whatever amount of money, $560,000, who's counting, on Jeopardy, I was like, I don't need a roommate anymore. I can, you know, turn this second bedroom in my apartment into an office. What ended up happening though was literally on the day that my roommate moved out, one of my younger brothers showed up and was like, the apartment that I signed a lease on is horrible. I can't live there. And originally he was going to stay with me maybe for a couple of weeks. It's now been over a year and a half and he is still there. And he is the best 21-year-old boy roommate one could ever ask for.
That's great. You upgraded in roommates. I love that.
No, he's a real sweetie.
Amy Schneider is here from
Oh.
Oakland. And Amy, I believe you and I have a hobby in common, which is a shared obsession with the New York Times daily game, The Spelling Bee,
Yeah.
right?
That
Oh.
is correct.
You play every day
Yes.
like I do?
Let's
I
talk
do.
about this.
And you know, I was just wondering like how
Speak on it.
kind of like recent stats on your queen bees or whatever.
Thank you for letting me brag on Jeopardy Masters. There's, you know, as you know, there's a secret hidden level beyond genius called Queen
Yes.
Bee.
Yes.
Perfect
Yes.
score. And last month I had a 15-day Queen Bee streak going.
What?
And then it all fell apart. Are you a frequent Queen Beer?
I get
Yeah, I
mad
have
when
an active
when I'm like
9-game
only
streak,
one shy of
Oh.
Queen
which
Bees.
now you've once again. All right.
But your streak is ongoing. I missed like 3 words day before yesterday, so. Longest active streak on this stage.
In your face.
Yogesh, we know from watching you in Masters, you're not too shabby at Jeopardy, but I understand you're also the captain of a world champion team at something else. What's COQL?
Yeah, so I think, Michael Davies and I share a passion for the British game show called Only Connect.
So good.
Yeah, and for a long time I was the primary administrator of a Facebook group called Only Connect Questions, where people would write questions in this style. Then I ran an event called Yogesh Connect at Trivia Nationals 2019. And then, some people started a COQL Connections Online Quiz League, basically only connect with the serial number filed off. And my team of myself, Patrick Friel, and Matt Jones have done fairly well, including a 2023 World Championship.
Congratulations. Do any of you want to go on the real show in the UK? Have you thought about it?
You know, if any person I think with British citizenship wants to marry me, so
I see.
I'm open, you know.
Yogesh wants a green card to play game shows. I love it. All right, it's time for Double Jeopardy.
So do I.
You're in
Into it.
third place, which means you will select first. Here
Yeah,
are
guys,
the
that's my
categories
strategy.
you three are dealing with. First up, navel gazing.
Ooh,
I started it with an A,
German
though.
words, names in songs, getting tough on the border.
We're the same. We're the
and
same
fiery
person,
running.
David.
I mean,
And finally, the FBI. Mattea, where do you want to start?
Tough on the borders, 8.
The answer there is the first of the 2 daily doubles in the round.
that happened
Desperate times calls
yesterday,
for
or in the
desperate
previous
measures. All in.
All in, you would be
episode, I
tied
think.
with Yogesh for second place if correct. Here's your clue in getting tough on the borders. Estonia's only borders are with Russia and this.
Lithuania.
Latvia.
What
Oh,
is
is it the
other one?
Latvia?
It is
No,
Latvia, yes.
Latvia.
We have
It is
tied for
Latvia.
second place.
I do that all the time.
Naval
I know
gazing
Estonia's on
flags.
top, but I always
If you
forget.
can't use
Same,
celestial
same.
navigation to figure out where you are, try this mortal method that uses distance and direction traveled. Amy?
What is dead reckoning?
Good.
Naval 16?
I get it now.
The clash on this lake in 1823 saw Simón Bolívar's tiny fleet whoop the Spanish, thereby assuring Venezuelan independence.
Titicaca.
Titicaca.
Lake Maracaibo?
You're correct.
I like my
names
answer
like
better.
We both said Titicaca.
In a song by the Beatles, we're
If I
told
hear
this
lake in
alliterative
Venezuela,
man
come
likes
on.
to yell obscenities at the Queen. Yogesh.
Who is Mean Mr. Mustard?
Yes.
Okay, names and songs 2000.
In this Red Hot Chili Peppers song, the title anti-heroine robs banks and steals hearts. Yogesh?
Who is Danny California?
Danny
It is
California.
Danny California, yes. I guess
Okay.
it's better than nothing. Well done.
I suppose so. German 2000.
I suppose so.
Are you clearing your
How
throat
chill.
or saying this four-letter German word meaning
Ahem.
authentic?
It has to be a him.
What is echt? E-C-H-T. Back to you,
Oh.
Yogesh.
Oh, gross.
Why are you running 1600?
He
I like
ran
my
for New
answer
York
better
City
on that
mayor
one,
in
too.
1933 to root out Tammany Hall corruption and held the job for 12 years.
Little flower.
LaGuardia,
Yes.
running
There.
12.
Yes.
If
Little
not for
flower.
Yoda, a police dog
Yeah.
in these low countries breed,
Fiorello.
a prison
Yeah.
escapee who in 2023 caused a 2-week manhunt might still be running. Yogesh.
What is
What do we do?
Malinois?
Yes,
Belgian
a
Malinois?
Belgian Malinois is correct.
Running 2000?
Again,
I've
I
never
was
been
not
so
listening
free,
to the
says the
question
narrator
or to
of
the
this
clue.
Alan Silito story, who's put to running cross-country in a reformatory. Yogesh.
What is the loneliness of the long distance runner?
That's it.
Running
Oh,
800.
forgot all about that.
Javier Milei ran for president in 2023 to bring libertarian policies and perhaps a new hairstyle
Argentina.
craze to this country. He won. Yeah?
What's Argentina?
Correct.
Naval gazing,
Yikes.
8.
He's not good.
Vital to early navigators, this form of magnetite was sometimes armed with steel that boosted its magnetic strength. Yogesh?
What is lodestone?
Yes.
FBI 2000.
This astronaut broadcast from the crew of Apollo 8. God bless all of you on the good earth.
David.
Who is Frank Borman?
Good for
Oh,
2000.
God.
FBI
I
1600?
totally.
College football's
I'm
best
so upset
receiver
with
gets the
myself.
catch a
I'm so
trophy
mad.
named for this Oakland Raiders legend, the MVP of Super Bowl 11.
But
Before Amy's time in Oakland, I guess, who is Fred Bolitnikov. Back to you,
Oh,
Yogesh.
man.
FBI 1200.
Forgot about him.
James I's Lord Chancellor from
There
1618
you go.
to
Do
1621.
it.
Mattea.
Francis Bacon.
Bacon.
Right.
German word 16.
Answer.
No.
The other daily double.
Oh,
I had one job,
Yeah.
On
David.
them both, and that's what you needed, Mattea.
do it.
Again, so desperate. 8,800.
All right, you would be in the lead if correct in German words. Nietzsche's Zarathustra says that he ist der Sinn der Erde, is the meaning of the earth.
Ubermensch? What? I don't know. What are we
I'm
talking
thinking.
about?
Who is the Ubermensch?
It is the Ubermensch.
Oh, hey!
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Move into the lead.
We did a thing.
Okay. Borders 4.
Austria has borders with 8 other countries. The shortest, just 21 miles, is with
Liechtenstein.
Land. Yogesh.
Where is
Yeah, buddy.
Liechtenstein?
That's right.
Names and songs 1200.
This blues musician named an album and song
B.B.
Lucille.
King.
Mattea.
Who's
right.
B.B. King?
Just like his guitar, yes.
Names and songs 8.
An Erykah Badu song says, I think you
Hey!
can call this title guy, but you can't use my phone.
Tyrone. Tyrone. Tyrone.
Better call Tyrone.
You
Mattea,
are
Names and songs
yelling
4.
quite a bit.
in a
My-
viral
it's
song,
my whole
Drake
last
was
name,
caught in his
David.
feelings and asked this name, do you love me? Are you writing? Mattea.
Who's Kiki?
Yes.
Why are you running 4? Gotta get the Drake.
Toronto.
Devout Christian Eric Little ran for more than medals and skipped the 1924
Oh.
Olympic 100-meter
It was on
dash
Sunday.
for this reason.
Yeah.
What
That-
is if
That's
it's on
Chariots
the
of
Sunday?
Fire, right?
That's correct.
Or no?
Yeah.
Borders
Was that guy
2000.
Chariots of Fire?
To
I
its
think so.
west, Ghana. To its east, Benin. To its north, Burkina Faso. To its south, whole lot of water.
Togo?
Yogesh?
Where is Cote d'Ivoire?
No, I'm sorry. Mattea.
Where's Togo?
That is correct for 2000.
Yeah,
Number
bitch!
16.
African geography.
Thailand has land borders with Burma, Laos, Cambodia, and this country.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
You did a great
Southern
job.
tip, Malaysia. Back to you, Mattea.
You did good, baby.
I did
They're
good.
the two countries that border El Salvador.
Nicaragua
What are
and Guatemala?
Honduras and
No.
Nicaragua?
Nicaragua.
No.
Honduras.
Yogesh,
What are Honduras and Guatemala?
you got it.
Okay, German word 1200.
Honduras, right?
It's German for sweetheart, or more literally, little love.
Liebling.
What is Liebchen?
Yes.
Naval 2000.
Oh,
Here's
close.
a depiction of this critical engagement of September 5th, 1781, also known as the Battle of the Virginia Capes.
Yee.
It's also the Battle of Chesapeake Bay. 5
Oh.
clues left, Amy.
That makes
German
sense.
800.
I don't like it.
Volksfans, meaning people who glom onto winning teams, is associated with supporters of FC Bayern, based in this city. Amy?
What is Munich?
Right.
The FBI 8.
On January 1st, 1959, this leader said adios to Cuba, fleeing to the Dominican Republic.
Right?
Amy?
Who is Francisco
Batista.
Batista?
Batista, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Who is Kian S. Fulgencio Batista?
Fulgencio, that was his name.
FBI 400.
yeah, Batista.
People who sing
Yeah, she
people
said
like
Francisco.
Barbara Streisand did, playing
Ah.
this woman, are the luckiest people in the
Fanny
world.
Bryce.
Amy,
Who is Fanny Bryce?
and Funny Girl, right.
German words for?
Sitzfleisch can mean the ability to do a task for a long time without rising, or can be this part of your body.
Your
Mattea.
butt.
What's your
butt.
Is your butt.
And Giver.
Navel gazing, here we go. Convoys during World War II had to be on the lookout for these canine groups of U-boats that would hunt them at night. Yogesh.
What are
Wolf
wolf
pack.
packs?
They are wolf packs, yes, taking you to 17,200. But Mattea made
Well done, Mattea.
20,000.
Yeah.
3 good scores. Let's see what happens in Final
Mattea
Jeopardy,
needed
where your
that.
category will be
Yes, you did.
Hopefully
anagrams.
they pull
We'll be
out.
back with the clue right after these
Oh,
words.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah, they did.
anagrams.
You do love anagrams.
I do love anagrams, and I get so mad when I can't get them, which is probably going to happen in 12 seconds.
Anagrams is tonight's second Final Jeopardy.
Taco cat.
Interesting. Here's the clue.
That's a palindrome.
One is a procedure foundational to computer science. The other was made in large part obsolete by computers. Your 30 seconds starts now, players. Good luck.
Wait, what?
Anagrams of each other.
Yeah, I know.
I can't. I have no hope.
I know, right? Made look. I don't know. Loop and tool. I got nothing. That stunk.
We had some frustrating
I get so
looking
mad when I
masters during
can't
their
get the
musical break. We'll start with
anagrams.
Amy Schneider, who had 9,800. Her response was unfinished coding, and who knows what it would have been. That's not correct. Amy wagered 7,401, leaving her with 2,399. Yogesh Raut had a strong game, but was in second place after Mattea found those daily doubles. 17,200. What did he come up with? What are binary and also no second guess? So he's going to lose his wager of, oh, he bet it all.
Everything.
goodness.
Well,
2,200
Oh,
drops him
Yogesh.
down to 0. So Mattea Roach has 20,400. What did they come up with? No correct response. The two anagrams here are algorithm and
That's right.
logarithm.
Oh,
If that makes sense. So it all comes down to Mattea's wager.
That makes me
How
so
big did they
mad
bet?
because algorithm was the first thing that popped into
14,001
my
drops them
brain.
down
and
to
that- oh, so mad.
6,399. And they have won their first Jeopardy
Well
Masters
done,
game
Mattea.
of this
they
year.
did so good.
Mattea, you escape with the win, which gives you 3 match points. Amy Schneider finishes second and gets a single match point. No match
Oh,
points
man.
for Yogesh tonight. He finishes in third place. Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Yeah,
Victoria
what did I do
Gross
to
has
the
won
board?
4 of her 5 games. She's atop the leaderboard with 13 match points.
But now
Raut
Amy
is
and Mattea are
second with
tied.
10. James Holzhauer third right now with 6. Amy Schneider currently ahead of Mattea Roach on the tiebreak for 4th place, and Mattea is in 6th place with a single match point. Jeopardy Masters returns on Wednesday with our last quarterfinal episode. We'll see you then. Good night.
Ooh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That one got crazy there at the end. That was nuts.
An emotional roller coaster.
I'm so mad because algorithm was the first thing that popped in my head, and I was like, that doesn't anagram to anything.
I was like, basic, ASCII. I was like, I got nothing.
That was good times. That was a good one. That was
It was
fun.
enjoyable. What a spicy treat.
I mean, so we have one more before the semis? Things do not look good for my man, Mattea.
Does not look good for Mattea. And it really does seem to be last between Amy and Mattea.
Yeah. I'm bummed about Matt. I like him so much, as you know. But this is such a tough.
I adore Mattea, although there's the realization now that Matt can't actually catch up.
No.
Yeah.
But he can spoil things.
True, which is my favorite thing to do.
I mean, yeah, I know. It's gonna let the words. Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go.